now becoming more and more formal. And a lot of informal learning can now be considered formal or non-formal as well. Especially for today, after COVID-19, when school want to continue education, both primary school, secondary school students, school actually have to offer classes online. Not only universities, but also primary and secondary school. So everyone is doing online learning. So when everyone is doing online learning, in the past, online learning might be most popular to lifelong learning, or to adult learning, or to non-formal learning. But online learning becomes a kind of formal learning as well. One effect of the popularity of online learning is that it actually poses a challenge to the graded education system. We divide the education system currently according to primary, secondary, and university. And we further divide them into lower primary, upper primary, lower secondary, upper secondary. And textbooks and study guides are written according to the grades, the grade level of the student, thinking that if they are primary one, they should need easier textbooks, and for primary 6, it must be a bit more difficult. Likewise, for secondary one, they should begin with something very straightforward and simple. When they go to primary 5, primary 6, especially sitting for university exam, they must study very difficult. But because of the increasing significance of interactive learning, self-directed learning, online learning, and project learning, when students are doing projects, they have to search materials online. And when they are looking for materials from online, they will come across literature, writings, or any kinds of material actually not written for them, for their level or for their grade. As a result, many children are reading materials of very high levels. Maybe primary students can even they have an opportunity to come across university reading material. And second is students are of course closer to university level, and they may also need university or materials meant to be read by the university students. I want to share an experience here because I'm sitting on many judgment panel for finding was that the primary students do projects on almost university topic. Once I was sitting on a judgment panel for primary 6 project learning, and we have come across projects studying one-child policy in China. Studying setting up a traditional Chinese medicine school in Hong Kong, and studying a railway system in China. So, how do you feel when you are when you see that the primary 6 students are looking into the topic of one-child policy in China? Normally, at what level do students study this problem or this issue? This used to be a university topic, but now primary students are doing it as a primary school project. Similar situation happened around the world. I was invited to to attend presentation of citizenship education projects in Malaysia secondary school. Okay? The students were doing citizenship education project and suggesting ways to solve social problems. But the project also requires them to sell their solutions to the government people, policy makers, and ask them to adopt their suggestions to improve the community. So they were not only they have to analyze problems, and they also have to find solutions. Not only they need to find solutions, they also need to present their solution and convince the policy makers and government to adopt the solutions. So it is a very high level learning activity, and even aiming at having impact on policy making. But this was done by the secondary students. And after the presentation, the students were sitting in front of the audience. Actually, the audience are all professors in the area of civic education. And we ask questions, they answer questions. We ask questions, the professors ask questions as if they are students, and the students answer questions as if they are professors. And I was really shocked when I was doing the judgment panel, or when I was attending those kind of students' presentation by secondary students. So what I begin to ask, what is the meaning of grade? So there seems to be a disruption towards the grading system because of the changes in pedagogy, and also because of the popularity and proliferation of online learning. And a third learning is the institution belonging is not as important as in the past. When I was teaching in Australia, actually the universities, they do not admit students only from their own region. They admit any students from anywhere in Australia or outside Australia. And many Australian universities actually remove the requirement for residence. That means they don't need to stay in the campus. And by removing the campus residence requirement, actually they can admit students from anywhere. I was teaching at Sydney University in 2007, and it was about 15 years ago. At that time, the online technology was not that great, but my master program actually was sent around the world. We compile all the reading lists in the DVD, and then register students from different parts of the world. So, even 15 years ago, we were offering courses to anyone from any corner of the world. So I had students coming from Asia, from North America, from South America, from Africa, when I was teaching in Australia. At that time, the online technology was not that great. We mainly relied on email communication, but it seemed to be working. So the institutional space is no longer confined for learning, and therefore which university you belong to doesn't seem to be very important. And there is also blurring in academic disciplines, with increasing cross-disciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary knowledge development. because of the outbreak of COVID-19, hybrid learning, that means both a combination of online and face-to-face learning are becoming more common. All this can be reduced to increase dissatisfaction towards university, traditional university. I noticed that in the last 20 years there are increasing emergence of different description of knowledge, such as knowledge application, knowledge exchange, knowledge utilization, and knowledge mobilization. And all these terminologies actually is pointing at dissatisfaction towards university knowledge, which does not serve the fast-changing economy, and also the new kinds of workforce skills that the industry and the economy needs, particularly for institutions. University used to be the authority of knowledge, but this knowledge is now being challenged. And also, in the past, university is almost the only institution that provides knowledge. Ernest Boyer, when he wrote a book on scholarship in particular, already challenged this idea. According to his book, he said scholarship and knowledge can be generated by basic research, which is the traditional function of university, but also by integrating different disciplines. Now we call this interdiscipline, multidiscipline, and also clinical practice. That means if the medical doctor in the process of practicing medication help, they can learn in the process of the practice. This applies to social workers and lawyers as well. And even teaching can produce knowledge because under the influence of constructivism, knowledge building is now expected to take place in primary and secondary classroom. Most importantly, now the root value of knowledge is no longer defined by the university. It also depends on the endorsement by stakeholders. And there is a growth of significance in youth-inspired research. We can see lifelong learning extension arms of universities are growing as well. Actually, the extension arms started perhaps 20 years ago or even longer with a very humble beginning as extramural courses offered by extension schools and unions. And these programs later on more commonly named as professional and continuing education schools. The extension schools began with functioning as an antenna to identify market needs for new emerging skills and provide upskill and reskill courses. But they are marginalized by the mother unit, thinking that they are not academic, they are practice-based courses. But the extension schools are growing in number, growing in size, and they began to compete with the mother university because the popular programs has large enrollment and they even offer degree programs. Let me show you some examples. This is the Harvard Extension School. Harvard has about 11 schools, and this is one of the schools in Harvard. Look at the list of the courses they offer. The extension school offer undergraduate degrees and graduate degrees, that means postgraduate degrees. In Asia, let's look at Hong Kong, University of Hong Kong. The space is the School of Professional and Continuing Education School. Look at the course list. It is almost like University of Hong Kong. And because of the name of the University of Hong Kong, a lot of people who cannot enter University of Hong Kong would enter space at the University of Hong Kong, because space offers bachelor, postgraduate degree, bachelor's first degree, postgraduate degree, master's degree, doctorate degree, and executive degree. So, as you can see, the extension arms now become formal degree awarding institutions. The current debate about the university, it seems the dissatisfaction toward university is ever increasing. And many people say university seems to be outdated. Do we need university anymore? Can university be replaced by various training providers based on its example corporate universities? A few months ago, in Singapore, Minister of Education Chen said, in one of his speeches, he reflected upon the name of Institute for Higher Learning. Elsewhere, we call Higher Education Institutes. In Singapore, it is called Institute for Higher Learning. He said, I believe we should stop calling ourselves IHLs, Institute for Higher Learning. We should call ourselves ICL, the Institutes of Continuous Learning. And it is true because there is no higher or lower learning. There is only continuous learning. Singapore is also working on redefining the mission and functions of university to include lifelong learning as part of the program design. My university has already reorganized the credit system into a flexible and stackable system to allow students to pursue their own interests and create their own specialties. I'd like to conclude my presentation citing a recent publication written by Francois Byron and Dept. And they, in their paper they call for establishing lifelong learning university. And they appeal to university to think learning time and space inside and outside the university, and to implement policies supporting different kinds of learning, informal, non-formal, and formal, promoting learners in emancipation and responsibility. Hybridization, diversification, and expansion of learning spaces, and diversity of learning rhythms, ownership, and slowness of learning time, all are essential. So that's by citing what he says, I end my presentation here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for a nice presentation. Very happy. Very happy, sir. Thank you for the presentation. Very